Welcome to Kundalini Yoga. I'm Chan Tagdeep Singh, and today we'll be practicing the Sahej Kriya of ease. Sahej is Sanskrit for ease, essentially. Like, our world is kind of like a duality, existence, it's a dualism. We can't really understand happiness without sadness, you know. Um, all of life, there's a big bang explosion. All this pressure and tension was building and it exploded and it just created like this giant universe of mostly silence. And then within that silence, there's more tension. And, it's like most of life just kind of like rides a wave naturally, experiencing polarities. And, we can see in our own lives, like there's metaphor to describe this, like the calm after the storm. We experience a big storm comes through and tears things up, and then the sun comes out and the birds start chirping. You know, uh, in our human experiences, however, we can see that it's easy to fall into a distortion of that natural cycle where a lot of people can find themselves caught in a more permanent state of dis-ease and struggle, and that can manifest in the physical disease over time. It's a big Ayurvedic principle, and we can't identify the root of a disorder and it starts to spread or disease. It becomes more and more difficult to heal it, right? And or disorder, disease, chaos and order. It's another duality. So anyway, in our existence, we can get caught on one end of the spectrum pretty easily. And where does that really come from? Um, Largely, we find that there are pressures, energetic pressures, societal pressures, the pressure of time, where these pressures come into us and they create tensions, they create stress and pressure. And, when we start to identify with that in our bodies and we don't know how to work through it, it becomes more and more permanent, right? Maybe like, some people are very much always worried about running late. I got to do this, I got to do that. And then it's hard for them to even focus in the moment on what they need to do now. They're always thinking like, oh, this is coming up. I gotta hurry up and do this. Gotta be there. And that's a small form of disease that will compound over time is one example. But we all have the capability to also like transcend the duality in the other direction, where we can come into a place of like calm. We can identify pressures, just realize like, this instead of this, I gotta do this or I need to do that, just being, finding our way to be in the moment with everything and anything. And that ease, how do we find that through a practice like Kundalini Yoga, or really much anything in life is through the breath, right? Through finding rhythm in our bodies. When there's tensions going on, our breath will tend to veer away from a natural cycle or a deep cycle. You can find shallow breathing in the chest, even holding our breath through things. And this is what starts to manifest tensions in the body is we're not cycling out our oxygen supply, cycling it in, cycling out of toxins. We're not cleaning our bodies. holding tensions, and the body starts to think that's permanent. The fascia adjusts, locks up, and holds. The next thing you know, we're having mobility issues that stem from external happenings in our lives. But it's through the breath, that wave of inhale and exhale, that we can return to a natural wave of sailing through the cycles of ease and tension in a natural way, and realizing, as we can breathe through tensions deeply, stresses, pressures, we can start to realize that this thing that's happening, it's going to bring me something new. It's going to bring me something to learn, even if it's chaotic, destructive, intense. There's always another side of that wave, you know. And when we breathe, we start to, deeply, we start to open up our parasympathetic nervous system. So, like our automated nervous system, which breathes for us, it pumps our blood for us, it digests our food for us, it signals the body to do all these things. And that's got three nervous systems within it. The enteric, which is our digestive. In Ayurveda, that's known as pitta. We have the sympathetic nervous system, which is like the vata dosha, and that's our tension, our response in the moment to things. It's comes evolutionary from, like, we're in the woods and we're living off the land or whatever, and we hear a twig snap, and like, okay, there's something here. There's a threat, right? We get very skilled at reacting in the moment, and that can translate in its use today, like driving a car. Someone runs a red light, this nervous system's there for us to react in the moment and stop or whatever. But then on the other side, there's the parasympathetic, which is like the kapha dosha. And this is our ability to relax, to find ease, to have more of a long sight in life, to like see the big picture, like we're standing on a mountain and looking down at the valley. We can see all the moving parts going on. And it's by enabling that largely, through breath practice, meditation as well, they were able to find ease in life, because we can really understand all the moving parts through chaos and order. So deep breathing really opens up the parasympathetic nervous system. That's stimulated through the vagal nerve, the giant nerve that runs through our body, connecting through to our tissues, our organs. And it's actually the nerve that, the spine is sending signals to the body. The vagal nerve is the body communicating back to the brain, saying, hey, this is happening here, this is happening there. And when there's tension there, it's telling the brain we're not safe, right? So we're going to be more in that sympathetic nervous system state, that vata state, that reactionary state. But when we can breathe through, find breath through tension and stress, we start opening up in our organs, we start opening up our vagal nerve, and we're able to find that calm in our body, signaling we got this, we're going to be okay. We find a balance between the automatic nervous system, the sympathetic, the parasympathetic. So we can react when we need to, but we're not stuck in that modality. In fact, we have a wider range of perception that allows us to know, like, when we need to react. So it's not even so automatic, right? You can see it coming. So with that, like today's Kriya, the Sahej Kriya of ease, we're going to do a lot with the breath. And there's a lot of ease in here. But at the end, there's just a couple of poses that bring in more tension. So we can find too that, like I was saying, when we can intentionally bring tension in the body and breathe through it, we're also training the body to find the breath and find calm. And when we do that within, it's going to reflect without as well. So we can start today. We'll start with our tune in, the Adi mantra, which is Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Chant Ong to activate our head brain so we can begin to identify with what's within us rather than the things outside of us. Ong, press the tongue to our roof of our mouth, really vibrate the NG part, vibrate our mind, our pineal gland, our pituitary gland. Bringing vibration to is all mantra to thyroid or parathyroid, our throat. The Namo, now we're going a little deeper. The vibration, oh, it's a lower sound. Namo, namaste, I bow. We're vibrating our gut brain, our intuitional center. The Guru Dev, vibrating our hearts. Guru, dark light, the light that reveals in darkness. It's divine. And the heart is really where the light shines through in our world. It gives us the courage to step into the unknown. The unknown is metaphoric darkness, and that light comes from the heart. We can see what we can't see, and we can be brave to step into it. And then Namo one more time, back to the gut. So we're tuning in like a tuning fork, our head brain, our heart brain, our gut brain, bringing them into cohesion and harmony. So we'll chant the Adi mantra. We'll chant it 3 times and 1.5 breaths. So we'll have a deep inhale, chant Ong Namo, do a half inhale, Guru Dev Namo. So we could start rubbing our palms together. So they bring in a little friction. You want to feel a little warmth building up. We're activating the nerves in our hands, bringing them together like we're plugging a cable into another cable or something, creating an electrical circuit. Pressing our palms together, our fingers together. Bring our thumbs to our sternum at our heart center. Your elbows out, or if it's more comfortable, you can bring them down to your ribs. Helps open up that vagal nerve. Shoulders back, spine straightened. Tilting the chin down a little bit so the crown is elevated. We'll inhale fully and deeply, pushing our belly out to expand the diaphragm. Exhaling completely, bringing the navel in and upward towards the spine. Press all the air out. Inhale deeply one more time. And we'll chant Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Just rest for a moment with our hands on our knees, facing up. And we'll start this Kriya with a nice, I guess, kind of like a second tune in. We'll put our left hand on our navel and really just allow that feeling of knowing that we're connecting with our gut brain, our intuition, our neurological center. And our left hand, metaphysically, this is the hand where we receive energy. And our right hand is where we give energy, we put energy out. We'll take this right hand, place it on our heart, to our heart brain. Here we're really creating an energetic channel of our intuition to our heart. When we have that trust and faith in our intuition and ourselves, we really find ease. We don't have to think so much about it. We're going to do here, we'll just spend a minute doing a few long satnams. So we'll do a deep inhale and chant a long sat nam. Let's inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply again. And begin. Sat nam. 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 And one more. Nam. Just rest for a moment in that energy, experiencing your experience. And from here, we'll start warming up our spine with Sufi circles. Our hands resting on our knees, spine straightened at the crown. Inhale and move from the pelvis and hips in a counterclockwise rotation. So we'll inhale, we spin forward. Exhale, moving backwards. Really trying to make that movement start at the lower body. Really experiencing this dichotomy of duality as we spin left. Our right arm straightens. We spin right, our left arm straightens. Make sure as we're inhaling forward, we're really pushing our navel out, expanding the lungs, letting the breath bring alignment to the body. And exhaling, pulling the navel in as we go back. Inhaling forward. Think an internal mantra. That's Sat Nam. Bringing Sat as we inhale. Sat meaning truth. Exhaling Nam, the eternal name. We're really breathing in and out an identity with the truth that lies below all of our attachments, on our experiences, our emotions, and our commotions. We can start to identify with that deep truth within us, instead of the world around us so much. We find more ease in how we move and operate in life. Moving with the breath on our next inhale forward, we'll just come to a slight pause and switch directions. Rotating into a clockwise rotation. There's really a lesson in some Taoist practice here in the Sufi circles, where I find that objects of gravity tend to operate in orbits, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Planets, galaxies, the whole universe. When we move with orbits, instead of becoming susceptible to the gravity of other things in this world, we can become that gravity. Through that, finding our own gravity, we actually experience levity, lightness, ease. Inhale fully and extend the spine. Hold the breath. Apply a root lock, mula bandh, bringing tension to the lower body, tightening our root. Holding that root lock. Exhale completely. And relax. Just take a couple deep breaths. We're going to go ahead and continue this orbit, this time just with our neck. So we're going to do some head rolls. So we'll inhale, drop the chin. And in a counterclockwise rotation, bringing our, kind of using the chin to draw circles. So bringing the head back, bringing the chin upwards. We exhale, coming back down into an inhale. Really working our C1, C2 vertebrae here, axis and atlas vertebrae. And through these vertebrae are nervous tissue that really stimulate our sense of faith and trust. Faith and trust isn't so much about I trust you or I have faith in you, but it's a state of being that we experience. Faith and trust in the universe. We have that faith and trust, we find ease in life. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and switch directions. Now going clockwise. Making sure to be gentle, especially tilting backwards. Really want to try to lift with the heart. We don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on the neck. All right, and inhale and bring the neck into a straightened position, lifting from the crown, holding the breath for a moment. Exhale. Our next three asanas are all going to kind of flow together. We're going to follow a similar breath through each of them. We inhale, we're going to inhale fully and just hold the breath in for as long as it feels comfortable, until you feel fulfilled. And then we'll exhale, hold the breath out, all the air out. And the moment it starts to feel a little uncomfortable, just take a really nice deep inhale. And through each of these postures, we're going to have a different mudra, hand position, arm position. So our first one is going to be Gyan Mudra, which is our index finger and thumb together. Our arms raised, about 60-degree angle. And then turning the palms down so they're facing upwards. Try to go vertically or horizontally, parallel to the ground. Just begin breathing, fully inhaling, pushing our navel out, lifting with the heart, holding the breath, exhaling slowly, completely, holding the breath out. Inhaling fully. With this posture, we're creating a cross pattern goes through the heart from the arms, stretching the nerves that reach to the heart, breathing and expanding our brachial nerves, ultimately allowing us a deeper, more full breath. Now bring our hands together, the heart center, prayer pose, and lift our arms over our head, straightening our posture just right above the crown. Continue this breath. With our gaze and our third eye with the eyes closed. Inhaling, holding the breath in. Exhaling, holding the breath out. On the next exhale, bring your hands down to the heart, still in prayer pose, holding that breath out. On the inhale, bring your arms back up to that first posture. Hold. And on the exhale, bring the hands back to prayer. Inhaling, opening our lungs, opening our bodies. Exhaling, emptying the lungs, closing the arms. One more deep inhale. And just exhale and let your hands drift down to your thighs, following a long exhale down. Just rest them on your thighs, palms facing up, and just breathe and notice the sensations between your breath and your body. The energies move through you. Our next posture, their elbows staying parallel with the ribs. Bring our hands up, fold our thumbs in like a nice easy fist. Inhale, and when we exhale here, we're gonna exhale through our teeth. And we've done I think in our second class, we kind of did this where we did punches. Instead of a punch, we're gonna reach out, open our hands wide, as if we're reaching to grab something, reaching for the prana. We'll grab it, bring it back in. And when we bring it in, we'll resume a fist. And exhaling through the teeth. Inhaling as we pull in. Here we want our gaze to be at our nose with the eyes mostly closed, 90% closed. On our next punch, let's extend with both hands. One more. Inhaling in, holding the breath in, apply a root lock. Tighten the throat to apply a neck lock, pulling the chin down a little bit, extending the crown. Holding these locks, exhale completely. Pulling in the diaphragm as much as you can. And release. Our next posture, we're going to come into onto our hands and knees for cat-cows. Here we'll be moving really slowly and intentionally. So in cat-cow, in our hands and knees, our toes pressed into the mat as we inhale, pushing or lifting with the tailbone, the crown, and the chest. Exhaling, we can bring our feet down. Lifting with the middle of the spine, tilting down with the tailbone and the head. So inhaling up. Exhaling back down. We're going to just be doing really nice, long, slow, deep breaths, moving with the breath. Really bringing awareness into the body. And just inhale up. Hold the breath. Exhaling, come back on our heels to a child's pose. Bring our hands back. If we can, rest our palms on the soles of our feet. Take some nice, deep, natural breaths. Okay, from here, we can come up onto our hands and knees. Transition to a squatting pose for a crow pose. So our heels underneath our hips. Spread our, just long enough to spread, where you can press your elbows into your knees a little bit. We'll actually come up on our toes for this one, if you can. It can be tough for some people. You could always put a pillow or a mat, roll your mat up under your heels. I'm gonna come up, our hands on our knees. We'll inhale up. As we exhale, start with the right or the left. Turn the knee down to the ground. Inhaling back up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Trying to maintain that deep breath. Pushing the belly out to inhale. Pulling it in to exhale. And really working on the heart, the lungs, the shoulders, and the neck, upper centers to find peace and calm through courage and believing in ourselves, and having faith and trust in the universe. And now these last two asanas, focusing more on the lower body. We also want to build our ability to have stability, a way to find ease. All right, one more on each side. All right, and we can just come down on the heels, come into a resting crow, breath. All right. You just press up. Come into a standing position. All right. Shake the legs out a little bit if you need to. All right, our next asana. Come into forward lunge with our back leg, the ball of our foot really pressed into the mat. Really want to try to connect on both the large toe and the small toe sides, finding pressure balanced in each. The other leg is coming forward. Got to bring the knee over the toes. We're going to reach behind us, lifting with the chest, do a Venus grip, so fingers interlaced. Pulling up with the arms, lifting. Come into as deep as we can. And we're going to do a breath of fire. So pulling the navel in rapidly. To exhale. Finding an automated inhale. Tapping into the rhythm of the breath. Four, three, two, one. Inhale and hold. Exhale, just come standing. Relax for a moment. Consolidate your energy, consolidate your gains. This one could be kind of intense. All right. Now we'll just switch our legs. So the opposite leg now. Back, stepping forward into a lunge. Really finding a triangle of pressure in our front foot. So big toe, small toe, and the heel all finding an equal pressure that is often lost with modern footwear. And pressing in the front two corners of the foot and the back. And locking the hands together behind the back, lifting with the chest, come bending forward to a breath of fire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and hold. And exhale, just come standing. Let the energy move through you. Just finding some real nice ease. We'll come into the painting of the aura. So finding a really nice loose motion of hands coming up and dropping down as we bend the knees a bit, letting the hands come up, come back down. Find that looseness, letting the momentum carry the movement. Next exhale, come up. Inhale and hold the breath. Hold. Just come resting. Okay, come laying down for Savasana. Relaxation. Meditation. Finding in the body, we lay here, any sense of tension, and breathing into it, find relaxation. Breathing through the feet, the heels, the toes, the ankles, all the way up the legs. Finding a wave of ease moving through the shins and the calves and the knees. Thighs, the glutes, and many, many other muscles in the legs, hips, and the pelvis. Finding relaxation. Moving up the spine, the navel, and the core. Relaxing the diaphragm. Letting the breath become natural and light, easeful. Letting the shoulders and the arms melt into the ground. Feeling the heart and the lungs. Relaxing. Relaxing the tongue. The fascia of the tongue is connected to the fascia of the heart. To relax one, we must relax both. Relaxing our upper shoulders and our neck. Jaws. Each and every tooth. The cheeks and the nose. Finding softness even in the eyes and the forehead. Scalp. Focusing on ease until there's nothing left to focus on. Bringing our awareness back into the body. Find a little ease of movement, starting in our fingertips and our toes, our wrists and our ankles. Working some circular motions. Come to bring our palms together, bring the soles of our feet together, rubbing them, creating a little friction, warmth and heat. And extending the legs out and the arms overhead, stretching through the whole body glove from the toes to the fingertips, pressing out through the heels, the base of the palms, really stretching that front and back body. Bringing the arms to the sides, one leg at a time, lifting the knee, twisting across the body for a cat twist. We can bring our knees up to the chest, give them a nice big hug. Some ease and gentleness, rocking back and forth on the spine. Getting a nice spinal massage. We can come sitting. So originally, this Kriya was paired with a meditation that's very similar to the one we did last week. A lot more movement, and I thought that maybe we could try something a little different. It's going to bring a lot more ease to the meditation, and a lot of potential to bring a lot of bliss, as they say, through the meditation. It's a meditation for the yogic numerology number 11, which contains the energy of all the other numerology numbers. We'll go into those in another class. The essence is it's the connecting of the earth to the heavens, and we become the pillar. And this is called the Laya Yoga, another branch of yoga that's not very well known. The Laya Yoga meditation for ecstasy. So we want to sit here on our easy pose, fingers in Gyan Mudra. So our finger index and thumbs connected. Really keeping the other fingers straight. Palms facing up on the knees, but we want to make sure the elbows kind of stay locked in. Now with this, we want to really feel easeful. Also, like find our inner royalty. You know, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back a little bit. Feel like a queen or a king as we sit here. And as we do this meditation, if you feel, you just notice the posture slipping, you know, just come back into this royal position, lifting with the crown. And it's really going to help us keep our spine aligned. And our mantra is going to be Wahe Guru, or so we'll inhale deeply. Wah, hey, and as we hey, bringing the navel in. Then Guru, so it'll be Wah, hey, Guru. A deep exhale, and really just keeping the The arms straight, keeping that royal posture. And when we're done, we're going to inhale and hold for 30 seconds, focusing on our crown. It helps to focus on the crown during the meditation as well. And by the end, you might really feel some energy moving up, bringing a lot of ease and circulation to the body. Let's just begin with a deep inhale here, hands in this posture, fingers extended. Exhale completely, pulling the navel in. Inhale fully, lifting the chest. Begin. Wah. Hey. Guru. 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 Wah. Guru. Wa. Guru. Wa. Guru. Wa. Guru. Wa. Guru. One more. Wa. Guru. All right, inhale deeply, coming deep into the posture, lifting with the crown, tilting the chin down, holding the breath. Focus all of your attention at the crown of your skull. Hold. Still holding the posture. Exhale. Come into a normal breath pattern for a few. Experience your experience. May the long time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And that pure light within you guide your way on. Join me in the class with 3 long satnams. And the hands together at the heart. Inhale deeply, fully. Exhale completely. Inhale fully with your royalty. Chant Sa. Nam. Sa. Nam. Thank you for your practice today. May you be blessed, eternal ease in all of your life, your interactions, your silence. Bow to you. Satnam forever.